are certain stars who won't do what we want.
What's their problem?
They're still alive.
And then we thought, who's good at killing celebrities?
Me!
That's right. Homer, would you be willing to acquire some more, accounts for us?
The state is punishing the doctor who prescribed pain pills to Prince before he died.
The Minnesota Board of Medical Practice ordered Dr. Michael Schulenberg to pay a fine of about $4,600 for unethical conduct and mismanaging medical records. The surveillance video shows Prince and a friend walking in and out of Dr. Schulenberg's office the day before Prince died from an overdose. The state says Schulenberg wrote prescriptions for Prince in someone else's name. In addition to the fine, the board issued a formal reprimand.
I'm trying to own multiple businesses, driving the latest Benzes. Heaven only knows I'm a witness, and the profit gon' come tremendous. I'm trying to own multiple businesses, driving the latest Benzes. Heaven only knows I'm a...
What's up? What's good? It's your boy Zillionaire. Welcome to the show. Make sure you like, share, subscribe if you're new to the show. Shout out to Zillionaire Nation. Shout out to all my new monthly members who signed up to be a monthly member. Welcome to the gang, man. Now, we all know Prince's death was predicted in a cartoon by The Simpsons. In the cartoon, as I played in the beginning, they said there's a celebrity that won't comply. There's a celebrity that won't do what we tell him to do. There's a celebrity that's just gotten out of hand, and they asked Homer Simpson to take out Prince. Okay? Now, the people who wrote the cartoon, The Simpsons, they're part of the elites, the producers, the writers, and everybody else. That's how they get to predict everything and all this stuff, that's happening in the industry. And that's how they're predicting the deaths of celebrities. Okay? What they do is the elites have meetings on who they're going to knock off next. They have a hit list, okay? Who's not complying, who's rebelling, who's running their mouth, who's doing this and everything else, and who is complying. So those that's not complying, they check them off on their list. Okay, we need to get rid of this person, that person, that person. We need to do this for that person, that person, that person, okay? Now, this is the meetings they have before they end up actually taking out a celebrity. And for a long time, Prince was not complying with the industry. And when Prince first got into the industry, Prince really wasn't complying like they wanted him to. And then as the years went on, he became more outspoken and more rebellious against the industry. Now, when Prince first got into the industry, Prince didn't like the industry. Okay, he had a lot of issues with the industry. He said he feels like a slave. He feels like they own me. He said, feels like, I don't own anything. He said, I feel like they're slave driving me. He said, I feel like I don't even own my own name. Okay, at certain interviews and stuff like that, Prince used to write the word slave in small letters on the side of his face because he was upset by how he was being treated by the industry. Okay, later on in his career, he ended up owning the rights to some of his music, to some of his masters. He kind of did what Michael Jackson did, kind of went up under went behind the scenes and made deals to own the masters because money talks, money talks. And he ended up owning his masters. Now, this industry doesn't want you to own anything. They want you to be a slave. They want you to do what they tell you to do. Okay? And certain contracts you sign, if you don't abide by their contracts, okay, they will plot to get rid of you. That's why in this industry, you have to watch who you sign with. You got to watch who you do deals with. You just have to watch out what you do. And you got to read all the fine print. I'm just saying, if you're in the industry, because every contract is not a good contract. Every contract is not of God. Every contract in the industry does not have your best interest. Some of these contracts, you don't know what you're signing on the dotted line. You signing something that has sold your soul, and you don't even know that's what you just did. Okay, but a lot of people just want the money and they want the fame, and so they hop in the industry and they sign whatever contract comes because they want the money and the fame, not understanding the consequences behind it and the dark side of the industry. All right. Now, as the years went on, he slept with lots of women. Madonna, Sheila E. What's your girl Vanity? You know, he was very popular with sleeping with a lot of women in the industry. And as the years went on, he became more rebellious and more outspoken against the industry. All right, against what he was going through. All right, so he tried to part ways. He tried to sue YouTube. He tried to sue Warner Brothers. He started suing people. He started taking people to court for his music because he wrote his music, you know, and Prince also wrote music for a lot of big artists back in the 80s. He was a big songwriter. As we know, he wrote for stuff for Madonna, for Sheila E., for the Mary Jane girls, Sheena Easton, all these women, all these women he wrote songs for. And he was just an awesome talent. Now, because he is the sole writer of his music, he wanted all his rights. So he sued Warner Brothers. He sued everybody. I guess he understood, look, I know I'm under contract, but I'm the one writing these songs, okay? Like Michael Jackson. When Michael Jackson first got in the game, Michael Jackson was not writing his songs. From a little boy, people were writing songs for Mike to sing from childhood. And Michael Jackson didn't start writing his music till after the Thriller album. Okay, after the Thriller album, Mike started becoming more, what do you call it, having more creative control over his music. And Prince, as soon as Prince got in the game, Prince was already writing his music. So Prince won back the rights to a lot of his music because he's the sole writer of his music. Now, years later, he's continued to be rebellious, and the Simpsons come out with the commercial letting you know that they're getting tired of Prince. I think the Simpsons came out with the commercial with the cartoon like 2009 or something like that, 2007, something like that. But it was in the 2000s and something. Okay. As we know, the Simpsons, that the writers, like I say, they're part of these elite groups. They're part of these occult groups. They're part of these higher ups. They're part of these Illuminati organizations. They have meetings on who they're going to get rid of. Okay, now they send this. Now you got to understand, they killed Prince. Prince took opioids, but it was laced with fentanyl, which was 50 times more potent than what he already takes. Same thing they did to Michael Jackson. They see these doctors, these celebrity doctors. You got to watch out for these celebrity doctors. These celebrity, these some of these guys don't mind getting paid off to give you the wrong prescriptions. They don't mind getting a couple $1 million to give these big time celebrities the wrong prescriptions that ultimately kill him. Now, Prince was seen going into this doctor's office. His name was Todd Scullenberg, Michael Todd Scullenberg. And he was seen going into the doctor's office, getting his prescription a day before he was murdered. Now, he wrote Prince's prescription under another person's name. And now, this year, February, 6 years later, they're finally going to punish him for doing that. That's an illegal practice to write somebody else's prescription under someone else's name. Now, see, he did that to cover his tracks. Well, he thought he was covering his tracks, but like they did the other guy that supplied Mike with the fatal dosage. You know, they tell him, if you get caught, you're gonna only go do a few years, and then we pay you more money, and then you get out. This doctor right here, they're punishing him, and he's under an investigation right now. He's been suspended. But even if they try to charge him, he's only going to get what? He's not going to hardly get any time for it. And he's going to come out $1 million richer for killing Prince. So these doctors are murderers. These celebrity doctors, some of them are murderers. These elite doctors, Dr. Death. These are the doctors of death. And they're just knocking off celebrities. And that's another way to commit murder. Lacing their drugs, lacing what they already prescribed, but giving them extra doses and deadly dosage into their prescription. Doctors of death in the celebrity, man. And these are some of the elites, Dr. Death. And I'm going to do a story on celebrity doctors who have, killed Michael Jackson, Prince, and others, prescribing them fatal dosages of stuff, man. This stuff is real, but they get paid off to do this, man. So Prince rebelling against the industry, being a rebel, not wanting to be a slave, owning his own masters, owning his own music. They didn't like that. So they had to get rid of him. And he was not complying. He became more and more rebellious. And they had to get him out the way. That's what they do. And Prince's sister posted something 2 years ago, and she was saying how his case doesn't make any sense. It's like she's still baffled by it. He has a couple sisters, and she's baffled by it. Like, something's wrong with this case. Something's not right with my brother's case. And we all know this. So the doctor, these elite celebrity doctors, because that's what they are. They get paid off to kill these celebrities that don't comply with them. So these elites get the doctors to do their dirty work, to commit their murders for them. I'm your boy Zillionaire. Like I say, man, this is why they killed Prince. He became rebellious, and he started suing people, Warner Brothers and everybody else. And he got his masters back. He didn't want to be a slave. He refused to comply. Prince was a free spirit. He wanted to do his own thing. He said he refuses to do what they want him to do. And that's why the cartoon on The Simpsons said that, we have a celebrity that won't do what we want him to do. And Homer, we need you to take this guy out. I'm your boy Zillionaire. I'm going to play the cartoon for you one more time before I get out of here. I'm out of here.
There are certain stars who won't do what we want.
What's their problem?
They're still alive.
And then we thought, who's good at killing celebrities?
Me!
That's right. Homer, would you be willing to acquire some more, accounts for us?
I'm trying to own multiple businesses, driving the latest Benzes. Heaven only knows I'm a witness, and the profit gon' come tremendous. I'm trying to own multiple businesses, driving the latest Benzes. Heaven only knows I'm